This is some of the infamous Vermont. This area is very Bigfootish. Ooh, I just spilled it.
I don't always go hiking on the long trail, but when I do, I hike 5 miles farther than I plan to go.
Walking north. Unfinished business. Good morning, America. Friday morning, May 27th. It's 20 minutes past 5. Let's get up, get going, and get walking north. 2016 edition. We spent Thursday, from both of us, John and I, from about noon on, driving up here to Vermont, shuttling cars, doing all kinds of nonsense so we go for a walk in the woods. We're just off a Notch Road, just across from the Winooski River. That's where I stopped walking last year. Hey guys, Rob here with Backpacking Adventures. It's Wednesday, sometime in the middle of August, and I'm getting ready to go spend 5 more days, 53 miles out in the long trail. I'm at Camel's Hump State Park, the parking area. And this is where I came off the trail on my last trip when I got my knee injured. Let's get rolling. Losing elevation. I'll show you the map of the backside or the north side of Camel's Hump. It is just a continuous downhill walk. But I walked out, got to see this. Whew. I'm heading that way. I just came zigzagging down all this. Whoops. You can see there's another white blaze. There's a white blaze up there. You end up way up there. This definitely is interesting as it was the last time I was here. This northern section's kind of fun. It's not easy, but it's fun. 6:23 in the morning. Good morning, America. You got Camel's Hump up behind me. I've been on the trail for about 25 minutes. I left about 6 o'clock. Made it to Bamforth Ridge last night. Got caught in a late afternoon shower and put the hammock up. Got dried off, ate some food, went to bed. A bunch of people came piling in, soaking wet. The shelter was a hot mess. Pretty wet, so I didn't do any filming last night. Slept like a baby, went to bed at 8 o'clock and woke up at 5 to 5. I was tired. It's 5 hours. The drive for me to get to the trailhead now is 5 hours from my house, so I got up early yesterday and left, so let's see where our travels take us today. Woo! After you cross the suspension bridge, you're going to follow the little parking lot area, cross the road. There's a kiosk across there. Hang a left, go down, then there's going to be a right-hand turn called Bolton Notch Road. You go under a little overpass, up the hill a little bit. There's the reroute. We're back in the woods. LT North. 5:54 in the morning, time to get up, get going. 11-mile day. We're gonna end up making our way to Puffer Shelter. And I got Pack Mule with me. He's gonna carry all my stuff.
We'll see about that.
All right, apparently not. Let's get going. Well, since last August, it's been a long time since I've been back on the trail. The low only got down to 59 degrees last night. It was warm. The air is already heavy. And I'm already breathing hard. It's good to be back on the trail. Once you come out of Notch Road and you make your right-hand turn, let's say about a mile or so in, at least in May, there's a real nice flowing stream for water. So shortly after you cross that water I showed, you start a series of switchbacks, climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. Switchback, 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 climb, 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 climb. Woo, Lord. Well, eventually the switchbacks stop, the climbing stops, and you get to some flat ground. And if you weren't so tired, you'd bend over and kiss it. First shot out of the box, that's a tough one. Woo, buddy. Coffee on a log. 8:14, we just got done having a little breakfast. Dada and I, right now, John doesn't have a trail name, and but John's got a lot of data he'll throw at me, so I'm thinking his trail may not be Dada. But anyways, we had a great breakfast, just sat in a log, and two real nice women came walking by and had seen some of the videos, and they started at Journey's End, and they're walking south. Obviously they need to get a compass so that they know the right direction to walk. But all right, looks like we're coming up to the junction of the reroute and the old long trail. There's a lot of signs here anyways. Let's check them out.
What we got? Not open.
All right, here we go.
I'm not going that way.
Long trail south. Long trail north. And you'll notice I'm still carrying my pack. Old Data hasn't offered to take it off my back yet. He's not my pack mule, he says. I gotta keep working on him. The first peak at a bit of a vista. It's funny what a couple of hours on the trail, 2 hours and 45 minutes including breakfast, you start to peel away your normal everyday responsibilities and worries and troubles, and you start focusing on the three things that backpacking trips are supposed to be focused on: sleeping, walking, and eating. I think that's my favorite part of backpacking. What do? You walk, you sleep, and you eat. And you walk some more and sleep some more and eat some more. Three-tenths of a mile to Buchanan Shelter. Yes or no?
3/10 of a mile to take a break?
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
That's him saying yes, even though he's not shaking his head.
I gotta analyze the data first.
The infamous Buchanan Shelter.
I'll be done in a second. This is ridiculous, I know. But,
A really clean, really nice shelter. And from what we heard last night, there were 9 people camped out here. About an equal split of going north and south. So once Data gets done burning up Data, we're gonna go back to hiking. 10:32, getting ready to leave Buchanan Shelter, head to Bolton Mountain. Hopefully we're gonna catch some views. There's a couple of places. This is a nice shelter. Let's move along. Time to get going. 3/10 of a mile up out of Buchanan Shelter. Let me take a look at the watch. I'll tell you how many feet in elevation we gained out of the shelter. 25:31 we started at, or no, 30, what is it? Look again. We're at 25:29, we started at 1800. So 700 feet in elevation gain. An example of some fresh trail maintenance from the volunteers or employees at the Green Mountain Club. Thank you, folks. It's much, much appreciated. You're gonna come up to a little intersection. When you see a whole bunch of red markers, John, tell the folks what they're gonna see.
You're going to see some red blazes that say to the Bolton Ledge and Goat Path.
Bolton Ledge and Goat Path.
So I don't know if we're going to see
Bah.
a ledge, but we're going to see something.
All right, let's go find out.
Great.
Downhill Goat Path. The old goat Data coming after me. Here comes Data.
Do you think GOAT stands for greatest of all time, or you need to be a mountain goat to get back up?
Huh. Clever, isn't he? In the background are two red markers. 12 seconds ago I said go to them. Now don't. Nothing. Bad idea. Harrington's View. Don't go to the red markers.
It's a bad idea.
Please, it's a bad idea. Data says it's a bad idea. We can go to Harrington's View. Would you like to go to Harrington's View?
I'm looking forward to it.
How about you folks?
They don't have a
Okay,
choice.
let's do it. They don't have a choice. Jeez, he's rude, isn't he? Oh, mama. I know where I'm having lunch. Folks, this is ridiculous. I love the Green Mountain State. Alright, we made a decision. We had lunch, drank every drop of fluid that we had, relaxed. It's 12:10. We've only got 3.5 to 4 miles left today. 3 miles. It's a pretty spot. Don't pass up Harrington's View. It is gorgeous. And right there where my Gatorade bottle is on the floor, you can put your sit pad. It's like a recliner, a Burka lounger. Next stop on the Long Trail walking north, Bolton Mountain. This is a really neat little rock formation with a bunch of trees kind of hanging out. Really cool. Look at that tree. There's nothing holding it there. Pretty sure Bigfoot himself is here. Beautiful. Very hazy, hot day. I bet you the humidity is 80, 90%. 128. Trucking along. On top of Bolton Summit, 3,725 feet of absolute sheer. The prettiest thing up here is, oh, Data. I don't always go on top of Bolton Summit, but when I do, I'm not rewarded with a view. We're less than 9/10 of a mile to the shelter. I have not been happy with Data as a trail name. I couldn't come up with anything better. But Data, it's not just numeric with him. He's got a ton of intelligence. So lo and behold, finally figured out an appropriate trail name that truly does take in his persona on the trail. From now on, John, formerly known as Data, is now formerly known as Prince. It's going to be known as Reconnaissance. He's got pictures of shelters. He's got apps, maps, data books, weather forecasts, mountaineering forecasts. If you're going to go on a backpacking trip and you want to know all there is to know, call Recon. 1-800-RECON. 1-800-RECON. It's May 27th. It's 86 or so degrees out, and there's still snow right there next to that running stream at the face of this big rock bluff. That's pretty cool. We've been on just a nice steady descent since the summit of Bolton Mountain. It's 4:16 and 82 degrees out. We have found home for the night. Recon and Fancy Feet aren't moving another minute. What a beautiful view. Check this out. Tonight's dinner. A little chicken cheese couscous, a recipe that I came up with. I'm using a lot of ingredients from Dutch over at Make Your Gear. And Chipper. I'm carrying coconut oil now, buddy. Thank you for the tip. That was a great blog article over at Chipper Outdoors. I've got coconut oil. Let's have some dinner.
You're having no luck with that, man.
Coconut oil slippery, Chipper. You didn't say how slippery it was. One thing when you're using freeze-dried vegetables and foods, it takes a little bit longer for it to reconstitute. So I just start pre-soaking it a little bit early. White onions, bell peppers, jalapenos, chicken, cheese, couscous. Recon's having some, what was it again?
Pasta fazool.
Pasta fazool. Is it going to be a thumbs up or thumbs down?
It's probably the best dinner I've ever had on the trail.
Let's take a look and see how this nonsense looks. Cheesy chicken couscous, oh yeah. Eat your veggies, kiddies. Cheers, Recon.
All right, Fancy Feet. I can't not laugh when I say that.
He's making fun of my trail name. He says Fancy Feet is not a masculine trail name, so I can't argue. He might be right.
I think you're actually like an Irish step dancer in your free time.
I am an Irish step dancer. 9 p.m. We just kind of stayed up, enjoying the view. Excellent day on the trail. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Old Recon's a fun guy to be in the woods with and go on a hike with. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, America. It is Saturday morning, the 28th of May. 5:25 in the morning. Relatively short day today, just a little over 10 miles. But the interesting thing is, where old Recon and I started yesterday, or actually Thursday night, was just across the Winooski River Bridge. That's the lowest point on the entire long trail. By this afternoon, we will be on the highest point of the long trail, on Mount Mansfield. So it's just kind of interesting. I wonder if there's any other long distance backpacking trail where within a 20-mile clip, you go from the lowest point to the highest point. A little trivia. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that or not, but 5:55. Been on the trail for about 20 or 25 minutes. We're doing a bit of a climb. I don't know exactly what that's for, but kind of cool. So this is where I'm heading down. I'm coming down through here, and I had to cross over this large crack in the rocks, and that down there is all loaded with snow and ice. It's just like an air conditioner with the air currents coming up out of there. There's the view that I have in front of me, which is real nice. And then this is what I have to climb down. I'd say it's about 25 or 30 feet or so. So I got to figure out how to make my way down this. Way up there's where I started. Dutchie, look what I found. Some more ladder fun for us, brother. Life is good. You guessed it. That's the trail. Been walking for 2 hours. The guidebook says it's about 2 hours between shelters, so I'm a little bit slower because of filming and getting older. Let's keep going. I got granola, blueberries, and milk awaiting me. (9/11) breakfast is gone. Recon's made it to the shelter. He's had breakfast. Next stop, Butler Lodge, 3.4 miles. Couple hours, 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. Noon, otherwise known as lunch. North of Taylor, drank 20, filtered 60, carrying 40, walking north. Do some quick math on that one. This go back to the hot. The sun's out. Finally a cool breeze. Now I'm gonna go see if we can't get some water, get some food, and relax. Butler Lodge. Nice. Honey buffalo style tuna fish is pretty good. What did I just say? Honey buffalo? Hot buffalo? I got a heat stroke. 12:27. Butler Lodge cam. 30 minutes laid out. Feet are up. 100% full on relax. The next 3.4 miles is up to the highest point of the trail, top of Mount Mansfield in the Chin, so rest while you can. Away we go. Why does the trip to the shelter always seem longer than the trip out of the shelter? If you've got a tall backpack, you might want to take it off. Whew, it's cool under there.
Hands and feet required on this one.
There's a lot of work into bringing this real live action to you folks. Doing this one-handed probably isn't smart. Hey, another ladder. The pack had to come off and get thrown ahead for this one. Oh Lord, it's beautiful. I love this trail. What a beautiful state.
That looks like it would be a very unpleasant fall.
Be a deadly fall. When you come around every bend, it's a new surprise. Look at that, Recon.
That looks fun.
We're definitely earning it every step of the way. The breeze does feel good. My legs are tired. How you holding together, Recon?
I'm feeling good so far. I'm going to feel even better once I get to take a rest at the top.
All right, roger that. Pretty wild feeling right now, folks. All right, we're getting closer. We're gonna head off down that trail and eventually make our way over there. Oh, it's starting to sink in. I can definitely tell you the older I've gotten, the more sentimental and the more things mean to you. This whole trip has kind of been like unfinished business after last year, wanting to be done with the goal, hoping to have been able to have finished back in on Labor Day. All right, still working our way up to the highest point. There is a funny story to you guys. So you can drive your car up to the visitor center and then 4/10 of a mile be at a prominent point and then decide to hike further. John and I have humped our butts all the way up here. We're 22 or so miles into this trip. I've walked since Massachusetts to get here. I just saw a kid in Spider-Man flip-flops. He was about 5 years old. It is hard to feel good about yourself when a little kid in Spider-Man flip-flops goes cruising by you. All right, we're down from Mansfield, Taft Lodge. It is 5:18, time for some dinner.
Because you picked me up at 10.
So at Taft Lodge, there were 3 families with 5 young children that were at Taft. And they were looking like they were really going to enjoy themselves and have a bunch of fun. But John and I decided that probably wasn't best for us to stay there. So here's the funny thing. For the second consecutive year, on the second day on the trail, of this week, same week of Memorial Week, I find myself at 6:30 still hiking, trying to figure out where I'm going to stay the night. We'll figure it out. This might not seem like a big deal, but this roadside parking at Smuggler's Notch, I tried twice last year to get there. Twice. Both times couldn't. Once with Dutch, I hurt my knee and came off. Dutch's car was here. And then once with myself, my car was here. So, whew, this is a big one for me. I'm very happy to be here. 20 minutes to 8, a decision's been made. We broke out the headlamps. We've got 3 miles and about 1,500 feet of ascent to Sterling Pond Shelter. And that, my friends, is where we're going. That is Mansfield and the chin and the nose. That's where we were. Now this is where we are. And all the way down there is where we went. And all the way up here, all crib styled. Really cool set of steps. A lot of work and effort went into these. All right, it's 9:26 and we are doing all right. We are under a mile and we're gonna keep on cranking. Life is good. Life is sweaty. Life is tired. But life is good.